Yo, welcome back to Heartbeat Arena episode 72, where we keep it 100% all facts, no cap. It's your boy Trillionaire Chuck, and today we have NBA season openers. We're going to talk about the Knicks and the Cavs, and we're going to talk about the matchup between John Morant and Zion Williamson. And you know, we saved the best for last relationship talk. But y'all know how this go. This ain't for the casuals. This here is factual. Real talk, real game, every word impactful. So hit that subscribe, turn them alerts on live, tap that like, show love, don't stall. We talking big game, y'all, and we ain't never thinking small. But I want to dive into it real quick. So the Cavs and the Knicks have faced off opening night showdown, right? Now, this happened in the Garden. Final score, we had the Knicks 119 and the Cavs 111, right? Talk about a few key things. Not even gonna lie. I honestly had the Cavs winning, right? Especially with Mitchell, Mobley, and the rest of that crew. I didn't expect the Knicks to pull this off. But let's talk about it. Yeah, OG Anunoby, right? He led the Knicks with 24 points and 14 rebounds, setting the tone on both ends of the floor, right? Then you had Jalen Brunson. He did what he does. He had 23 points, 7 assists, and late game control. Okay. Now, Donovan Mitchell, the spider. Now, he dropped 31 points for Cleveland, but the supporting cast couldn't really like close it out. The Cavs defense looked out of rhythm, right? They missing key rotations, while New York's second unit, led by uh, Devin Chin, I can't always get his name right. Uh, I can't pronounce his name, y'all. I don't know why, but you know what I'm trying to say. Devin Zeno, I can't pronounce the name right now. Is going to come to me and quickly punished every breakdown. Right now, if we're gonna if we're gonna get into it, like the Knicks chemistry jumped off the floor. Right, physical defense, as we know, they are a lockdown team. Right, that's what they do. They play defense. Right, smart rotations and unselfish ball movement. Cleveland still searching for that flow without Darius Garland's consistent playmaking. Right. Here's the question: is Donovan Mitchell still committed to Cleveland long term, or is this the start of a quiet exit? Right now, some analysis they believe he's auditioning for a contender. Right, others think this loss fuels a redemption arc. Okay, key takeaways that this New York showed balance and hunger out there. Cleveland showed they need leadership beyond Mitchell's buckets, right? Now, let's transition. We're talking Grizzlies and we're talking Pelicans, right? Now, grit and grind returns. You got to think about this. Huh. Down south, the Memphis Grizzlies, right, faced the New Orleans Pelicans in another high energy opener, right? The final score, the Grizzlies 128, the Pelicans 122. All sources for sports is coming from ESPN.com, right? Here's what happened. Despite missing five rotation players, including Marcus Smart and Desmond Bain, Memphis still brought the smoke. Yeah, John Morant, fresh off suspension, dropped 29 points and 9 assists, flashing that signature bounce, right? Then you had Jaron Jackson Jr., who had 22 points and 11 rebounds, anchoring both ends, right? Now, for New Orleans, Zion Williamson looked strong early with 27 points and 8 boards, but fatigue showed late, right? Here's the insight with this. Even short handed, Memphis reminded everyone why Grind City is never an easy out. Their bench delivered. Rookie Gigi Jackson added spark minutes and their hustle stats, fast break points, plus offensive boards flipped momentum in the fourth, right? Here's what one is asking, right? This is the question. Can Zion stay healthy and carry his team, or are the Pelicans stuck in injury limbo again, right? So, Zion's body language looked better, right? But until consistency meets conditioning, the Pelicans' ceiling remains a quarter mark. Memphis showed grit, glamour wins ball games, though, right? But moving along, with that being said, we all know Zion Williamson. He dropped some weight, but we're just going to see. We have to see how this holds up, right? We got to see if, in fact, he can last throughout the whole entire season, right? But let's get into the final segment of the show, relationship talk, right? Now, here is one, I don't know, with this one, but it was recommended I talk about it, right? So, here is the question. Well, more like a statement. Why are women giving up on men in 2025, right? But let's get real. Social media flooded with posts saying dating men in 2025 ain't worth the headache. So, what's up? Like Martin B saying, emotional labor overload, right? Man keeping, right? According to an article from The Guardian of 2025. This is what they're saying. They're saying um, a Guardian study calls it man keeping, right? Women are tired of acting like mothers, therapists, and planners all at once, right? Many feel relationships add stress, not peace, right? The bar ain't high, it's consistent effort that's missing, right? Then another article from American Survey Center of 2025, they're saying it's due to financial and emotional independence. Women today don't need a partner for survival. That's what they're saying, right? They choose one for partnership. That changes everything, right? Everything. More women own homes, manage careers, and travel solo, they say, right? Then we got The Guardian again with another article, right? Same year, 2025, right? Standards versus settling. Oh, Lord. Not standards versus settling. Oh, my Lord. Ha. It reminds me of the episode I did earlier when I talked about settling, right? In previous episodes, I talked about that multiple times. But let's see what they're saying. They're talking about it's not that women hate men, they just hate washed potential. Ooh, that's a good word. Washed potential, right? Many now prefer peace over partnership if it means dealing with immaturity or poor communication. Mm, that's kind of deep. Now, Apple Podcast of 2025, they're saying the masculinity reset, right? Podcast and panels everywhere echo it. Men struggle to adjust to new emotional expectations. In 2025, vulnerability isn't weakness, it's currency. Emotional availability is the new status symbol, right? So, what are we really asking here? Are women giving up on men or just giving up on excuses, right? Well, women aren't quitting love, they're raising standards, quote unquote, right? The real question is, can modern men meet them halfway, right? Well, I ain't no halfway. Like, I feel as though that it's just the way how social media and everything predicts and try to categorize how men, like I said, when it comes to vulnerability, it's tough for guys to really express that vulnerability because women sometimes use that to try to manipulate the guy or control the guy, try to make him feel like less of a man, right? So this whole movement of I don't need a man that women went on, right? Now we got women saying, I can't do it on my own and I need help. And if I can't get the help, then I'm going to be selling it, right? We now have women out here on OnlyFans because what they're making ain't enough. And now they're starting to admit, like, hey, I need help. And they're finally starting to say, like, look, I guess I do need a man, right? But it all breaks down with communication. Trillionaire Chuck believes women they're not giving up on the guys. It's the guys starting to realize their value and not trying to settle for women that don't have anything going for themselves, or not even anything going for themselves. Just they don't understand what it really takes to have a successful relationship. Right? Guys are now seeing that. They're starting to understand that. So if a woman is emotionally drained, it's not because she hates men. No, it's because she's tired of one sided effort. So some say women have evolved and that men need to catch up. Okay, but women got to catch up and women got to stop with the whole I don't need a man routine because now I want to see, we're starting to see without the government assistance, how are you really handling yourselves now? How are you really handling yourselves now, ladies and fellas? You always got to understand it's never a one sided thing. Again, relationships are partnerships, okay? And you have to handle it like that, all right? But that's my show for today. It's your host, Trillionaire Chuck, reminding you to keep it real both in life and in love. Oh, and please, y'all, don't forget to make sure you hit that subscribe, drop a comment, especially if you're rocking with the content. And I'll see you next time on Heartbeat Arena, where the real never ends. I'm outie.